And we're back. This is Elliot and Jose coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you for joining us here on CCW TV. All right, so let's get out of Marvel and bend this land for ever until let's say 2010.
Yeah.
And look at a DC book, namely another one of the Blackest Night miniseries, and this was one that I was really looking forward to. Blackest Night Wonder Woman, with writing chores by Greg Rucka, and this is the cool part, art by Nicola Scott, who we just loves us on Secret Six.
Mm-hmm.
We're pulling. This particular issue takes place before Blackest Night number 5. Right before Blackest Night number 5. So, for those of you who know what happened at the end of Blackest Night number 5, this issue we get to see Princess Diana. Diana Prince. I'm sorry, she's a princess. Be Wonder Woman before what's going to happen to her in Blackest Night number 5. And for those of you who always bitched and moaned that if Wonder Woman is supposed to be a warrior, why does she have like a real weapon? She's pretty badass in this one, because she's carrying this cool gleaming golden axe that when you first see it, it's got like blood trickling off the blade. And she has to go up against the Black Lantern Maxwell Lord, who those who might remember is the man that Wonder Woman killed, and it set off the whole the first Infinity Crisis, or the whole
set off
thing.
the Brother Eye satellite.
That's right, the OMAC deal thing.
And that started off the whole Infinite Crisis thing.
So you can really tell that Greg Rucka loves Wonder Woman, because he has such a great feel for her character and what makes her who she is. Because back to the device that's used when a Black Lantern looks at a subject, and the color that they're giving off gives what state they are in. Every time the Black Lantern Maxwell Lord looks at Wonder Woman, the only thing she's giving off is love. That as she's
even when she's beating the shit out of him.
Even when she's beating the shit out of him, and it's not because she's not doing anything out of hate or vengeance or fury. It's because she feels nothing but compassion, and what she does, she has to do it. She doesn't like that she does it. She has to do it. The whole bit with Maxwell Lord saying, the resurrected Maxwell Lord saying, hey, thanks a lot for, breaking my neck and killing me. And what does Diana say? I didn't like doing it. I didn't like the fact that I had to do it. But, it had to be done. And the thing that really bothers me is that you've had so many criticisms of Wonder Woman killing Maxwell Lord in that fashion, but I don't believe that those fanboys who criticize her for that would ever question the Punisher shooting somebody, or Venom eating some random person on the street and laughing it off and thinking it's funny.
Yeah, that was kind of weird when that criticism came out, because I didn't see that out of a lot of even some Wonder Woman fans said that it was out of character, but for me, she's a warrior first and foremost.
Right.
Out of anybody in the DC universe, she would be the one to kill somebody.
Right.
In order to make things peaceful.
Yeah, and she was raised by the Amazons, and the Amazons are warriors. I mean, these are women who will cut off their left breast so that they can become better archers. That's how much they have that warrior culture ingrained in them. So, I love the fact that Greg Rucka really pulls no punches with her, and she goes in, swinging, fighting, as a warrior. And the big thing that the big confrontation takes place in Arlington Memorial, where you have the Blackest Night, all the Black Lantern rings, kind of bringing all those soldiers up. You know, I'll admit, this was something I considered doing myself in Ash Saves Obama, but I thought that would be too disrespectful to do that, so I nixed that idea. Mind you, then somebody else did it. I think they did it in President Evil, one of the other Obama, which was done for yucks, which I didn't care for. And when Rucka does it here, though, it is done with a tremendous amount of sensitivity, and he really pulls it off. He was able to do it in a way that I think was the right way to do it. This is great. This is really good. I'm really curious to see, though, what happens next, knowing how Diana is changed at the end of Blackest Night, and what kind. This is really fascinating now that you think about it. I haven't read Blackest Night Flash. Are we going to see have a story from the point of view of a character that's been changed?
I think we might, because the same story kind of took place in Flash, where it was right before it. Right. So, and then at the end of this issue,
it says next Black Lantern,
and the same thing happened with the Flash. That was the end of the Flash. So you might.
That'll be fascinating. Actually, that'll be fascinating to see what goes on in the head of a character that's been turned into a Black Lantern. Which is something I wanted to do in Army of Darkness. I teased a little bit about it in Ash Saves Obama, what someone who has been possessed by the Necronomicon, what it's like. But this will be fascinating. It's a new take now. It's a new angle that they're going to be able to explore now, which I think is going to be fun. And just goes to show how with Blackest Night, they're really taking advantage of all the different aspects of the story that you could explore, with this kind of event. As far as artwork goes,
it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, Nicola Scott.
This is the best stuff that she's done so far.
Yeah. This is kind of like one of those, remember how we said Amanda Conner on Power Girl was kind of a no-brainer? Nicola Scott.
Yeah, I really wish that she would go over and do Wonder Woman when this is done.
Well, maybe they will. I mean, maybe this was just a way to give her, get her feet. Because I know she said that she loves the character.
Well, you can tell that she loves Wonder Woman. I mean, this is one of the best Wonder Woman I've seen drawn since Terry Dodson was doing it early on.
Yeah. Because it's...
Even Bernard Chang, actually. Bernard Chang, who does the fill-in issues for Wonder Woman now, he does a pretty awesome Wonder Woman, too. But you can just tell that she loves this character. And it really comes off in her artwork. Yeah,
Wonder Woman, she is made to look beautiful, but she also looks formidable. I mean, she looks like an athlete. Yeah, you know what? She's got the boobs, but they're not like Power Girls that are kind of ridiculously exaggerated. Also, the coloring job on this is awesome. This is one of those cases where the new print where they can reproduce the digital coloring that the more advanced colorists do. They really take advantage of it here. This is most of all the Blackest Night tie-ins have been. It's a stellar effort. There are no B teams on these books.
No, that's true. The only complaint that I had about it was that it really did seem too short. It was a pretty quick read, but I was just happy to see Greg Rucka doing this character again.
Oh yeah, seeing Greg Rucka.
So it was just one of those things. I just looked at it as an extension of his series. So yeah, it did read pretty quick, but I am pretty interested to see where he goes with the last two issues of this series.
Yeah, and I have a feeling it'll kind of tie in with this. He wanted to establish. For those who've never read Greg Rucka's Wonder Woman, with this first issue, you can really establish his take on that character, and then you see the flip side of it in the next issue, or at least that's what I'm guessing. But this was really
actually, I'll be interested to hear what a lot of the fanboys who picked this up because it was a Blackest Night book who've never read Wonder Woman. I'm kind of interested to see, did any of you guys pick this up who've never read Wonder Woman before, but you bought it because it's Blackest Night? I'd actually be interested to hear what you guys think about it if this was your first Wonder Woman book.
And I just noticed it when you're holding the book. And Bayonetta on the back. How apropos, You know?
Yeah, I just downloaded the demo last week. Oh god, I can't wait for that fucking
Really
game.
cool game.
Yeah.
It's not coming out for Wii, is it?
No. Xbox and PlayStation 3.
Well, anyway, great book. What can you say? And I have heard a couple of some of our viewers have talked about it on the boards, and I've heard proclamations of meh.
Well, that doesn't come surprising, I guess. Either.
I thought it was solid. I think I put this book up there with Blackest Night Superman as a really enjoyable read. Really, really good. Not so far. Blackest Night Superman is my favorite of the tie-ins. Blackest Night Batman was okay. All right, when we come back, we'll be looking at The Independents, and a book that I was surprised, really, that I enjoyed it as much as I did. Hope we see you then.